Welcome back to 843 TV. Joining us now on the panel is Mr. Neal Pugliese, City Director of the Public Projects here in the city of Beaufort. Welcome and thank you for joining us now, Neal.
Thank you very much for having us this morning.
Lots of stuff happening out there on Boundary Street, lined up with barrels, which always means good things and new construction. So why don't you bring us up to date on what's happening, what will people see through the summer and into the fall?
So what people are seeing right now is they're seeing a lot of work done on the duck bank construction, particularly on the north side of Boundary Street. And what that is it's taking all the utilities and submerging them below the surface. And so all those wires that they see above the road, those are all going to go underneath the road. That is a pretty significant project right there. And then after the duck bank is completed, then we will go ahead and move to the balance of the street construction, or the construction of the median in Boundary Street.
How long do you anticipate this process to go?
This process is will be substantially complete probably in February and March of 2018. There is a tremendous amount of work that has to be done. We've already done a tremendous amount of work on the south side of Boundary Street, as marked by the removal of the aerial poles and all the wires along the south side of Boundary Street.
Huge undertaking, but well worth all that's going to be to follow after that.
It is, and I will tell you that the next few months are going to be particularly interesting in Beaufort, particularly here in the summer. There is going to be a tremendous amount of traffic congestion pursuant to the construction that's occurring. We are entering and have entered arguably the most difficult phase of the Boundary Street project, in essence working on the north side duck bank in concert with the street improvements. So drivers can expect a tremendous amount of traffic disruptions, traffic delays, but at the end of the day, it's going to be a fantastic street.
Absolutely. So we're just asking for patience and as people wait through the project.
And that's one thing I think which is critical to highlight. And that is that oftentimes you're going to find motorists, understandably so, frustrated because they can't get through Boundary Street in a timely fashion. But we really need folks to go ahead and slow down, take an extra 10-15 minutes to get to wherever it is you're going, so that we can create a safe environment for pedestrians, motorists, and the work crews that are doing some absolutely backbreaking work to go ahead and bring this project in.
Sure, and it's all going to look wonderful. How is this affecting the businesses in the area, as well as how has it affected back when we had the hurricane disruption? Now we have this. What's going on with the businesses on the road?
I think if I was a business person, I'd say, why did you even start this, to be honest with you? But I really do have to say, and we really appreciate and thank the business owners along the way, because A, we've tried to communicate with them as much as we can as to what's happening. Neal puts out a weekly update of what to expect the next week. Of course, the no left-hand turns from one side to the other bothered some businesses because people could only access. But we've had great cooperation. People have, as you drive down the street, you will see signs open during construction. But I think overall, people are looking what's at the end of the tunnel.
Right, of course.
And the fact is that it will be a really very professionally done streetscape that will hopefully attract new businesses, but will also attract customers and tourists to stop along the way to the businesses that are there. And I think the most critical thing with this project right now is we are right on schedule and we're on budget. So
two positives right there.
Two very big positives, that everything is going along, and as Neal said, we are in the critical stages, but over the next couple months, once we get through the North Duck Bank work, then we know the changes or the surprises that would come up. You can see because they're above ground. You don't know what's underground when we're digging or boring or doing whatever we are. So from a financial point of view, once we get done with the underground work, our risk of the unknowns is a lot less, because, okay, asphalt may go up because oil prices go up or what happens, but those are more tangible that we can say what they are. We can do our estimates. But right now, we're pleased with the schedule and very pleased with the budget.
And like you said, it's all going to be better for all those businesses that are there now and ones to come in the future. So great stuff. In addition, you have a new intersection going in, being constructed by the Chick-fil-A. Let's hear about that.
Okay, so that is a very, very complex intersection. Of course, that whole street was created as a result of the Boundary Street project. And it's a great connection. It's a fantastic connection. That intersection is not complete yet, and it will not be complete until the duct bank construction reaches that point. So the duct bank, or undergrounding the utilities, has got to occur through that intersection before we can go ahead and pave over that intersection and activate that thoroughfare. Now, I will tell you that with the duct bank construction, we're finding a lot of things in the ground, some things that weren't supposed to be there, and some things that are there that we weren't, we're not expecting. So there's some surprises, but as Bill said, on track, on budget so far, and I believe that we're gonna bring this project in probably the March timeframe.
Yeah, sounds like some really great stuff. I'm excited. I'm not a Beaufort resident, but I'm excited to see what the end result here in the project. As we close, any last thoughts from either of you on the whole process?
I would only add, we started this week of taking down the buildings that are on the marsh area that is going to open up the scenic view of the entire marsh on the south side. And probably by the end of this week, the 3 buildings that were purchased will be down, and then that will become a passive park that will be just seated in grass, but people will have a nice view. That's where you see the boardwalks in, so people can, they can walk along there and see that, or from a vehicle you'll be able to see and have a sort of a welcoming, a welcome to Beaufort, that other than just here's what's for sale, you have a view of the low country.
Sounds great. Sounds great. Y'all stick around. We'll be back with more 843 TV.